Okay, so one of the techniques that we teach people to do for the reading, especially for the sentence completions, because that's where you can get a lot of easy points, right? You know your vocab, you get paid on your vocab, is called anticipate, right? And basically the idea is you want to cover up the words and figure out the idea that should fit in the blank of the sentence before you go through and look at the answer choices and evaluate which one you want to use. What I see a lot of for my kids is they just don't do this. They don't actually cover up the words. They read the whole thing. They're sitting right there. They're looking at them. And just to highlight why you should listen to your tutor and why you should do the things that they tell you and actually get your hand on the page and cover the words is really best illustrated, I think. I came across this the other day. It's pretty funny. There was a mute guy who went into the drugstore to buy a toothbrush, and by miming brushing his teeth, right, he got his gestures, he was able to get the drugstore clerk to understand that he wanted to buy a toothbrush. And the question then is, how then would a blind person get the drugstore clerk to understand that he wanted to buy a pair of sunglasses? And a lot of responses to this, they might say, well, he does like this, or he might point to his eyes, or something like that. But the answer is no. He'll just freaking open his mouth and ask for the sunglasses because he's blind, he's not mute. Now, why do you have that instinct? Why does the brain go there? Well, because the human brain is very vulnerable to suggestion, all different types of ways. Advertisers play off of this all the time. And so 80% of the answer choices are wrong. If you look at them, they're going to infect your brain with other suggestions, right? You're going to be biased toward words that you already know, regardless of whether or not they're correct, because you're going to be more comfortable with them, and you're going to pick those more likely. If you anticipate, if you have the idea firmly put in your head what you should be putting in the blank before you evaluate what the words are, whether you know them, whether you don't know them, whether they fit or not, then that infection, that tainting of your thought process won't be occurring. And you'll use your knowledge of words to eliminate them perhaps because they don't fit the blank. And then you'll take an educated guess between the two words that you don't know. And that's good because then you'll have a 50% chance of getting it right as opposed to a 100% chance of getting it wrong. And that's basically why you need to actually anticipate.